Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have quite the challenge ahead of us today in the one and only Car Mechanic Simulator. We've got this vehicle right here, which has been quite stubborn, and it's actually got quite an interesting story behind it. It's one of those cases where, you know, kid takes out dad's vehicle without asking, wrecks dad's vehicle without asking, and then tries to cover his tracks by bringing it to you-know-who. Yeah, to me. So we're going to do our best to try and get this thing back in tip-top shape here, as you can see. I mean, look at it. It's not in the best of shape. Let's just put it that way. It looks like the rear tires are really in a state. At least this one is, the rear right side. And basically the entire body needs to be swapped out. Quite unfortunate. It's going to be a lot of work, but I think we're up to the task, especially since we did just purchase our brand new paint shop, which I am extremely excited about, okay? To say the least. Now, I think the first thing we should start with is just getting rid of all these body parts. Everything that's got to be swapped out has got to go, man. It's all got to be taken off the car. Even the windshields, I mean, look at them. They're all still just nasty and coated. So I'm going to get started on this. What else do we have to do? Geez, so there's quite a lot that is actually going to be involved here. So as you can see, a lot of the rear end parts have to be changed out suspension-wise. We do also need to do an oil change. We have to paint the car with factory paint, and we have to change the coolant and the washer fluid, or the windshield fluid, sorry. Now, part of the thing about up here, though, we have some parts that we have not discovered. Now, considering it's the suspension that seems to mostly be the culprit here, I am going to guess that some of these at least are going to be bushings. That seems to be something that is quite often like hidden and not discovered, and you really have to get in there to find out exactly what's going on. So once I'm done removing all these body parts, we're going to move this guy inside onto the lift. And I actually think, yeah, you know what? The very first thing we're going to do, before we even mess around with the bushings, we're actually going to take this over to the welding station and just get it welded up so we can see what's actually going on under all this rust and destroyed car parts. I want to actually see what the car is going to look like. So that'll be the first step, and we're almost there now, actually. I think I've got just about everything off, right? Yeah, no bumper. Yeah, okay, let's move it inside. Let's get it onto one of our lifts and let's start the hard work. Okay, there she is. We got her on lift A, and lift A is our preferred lift for obvious reasons, because it's A. A's the best, right? I guess so. Let's go ahead and weld this up, and let's see what this does for us. This should repair basically this whole back portion here. Yep, look at that. Oh yeah, it's no longer just a rusty, dusty mess. Now, do we proceed with taking care of all the body work first, or do we try and dig into the engine and see what's going on in there? I'm thinking that I would actually prefer to handle all of the body work first. Now, let's take a look here. And just, oh, look, we've got rubber bushings on us. I mean, these are all the parts we took off the car, guys. And yeah, it's looking very, very rough. Although it does only say we need to replace these specific parts, though. Okay, so we need the bumpers, the fenders, and then the right headlight. That's actually quite a bit less than I was thinking here. Okay, so bumper, the hood's good? The hood's only at 29%. Okay, we need the fender, and let me see, which headlight was it now? Okay, right headlight B. So we can put the left one in. Let's get that back on the car. The windshields, you know, I really thought that the windshields were going to be an issue, but apparently not. So, hey, I mean, it is what it is. I'm going to go ahead and put everything back on that I didn't need to take off. I probably should have read that a little bit better before I just started ripping everything off. So that's my bad. Okay, I think we're back together. So let's go ahead and get both our fenders, our bumper, our headlight, and our rear bumper as well. And let's go shopping for those bad boys. Oh, okay. Front bumper B. That means we have to go into the other shop to get it. Well, let me just get everything I can in the normal body shop. And then, what? Rear bum. Oh, bumper. Oh man, it's just said rear bum there for a second. I was like, what? What'd you call me? All right, body tuning shop. That's what we need. Let's see if this stuff is in. Yep, there it is. All right, now we have everything we need. So let's go ahead and start reassembling this bad boy. And then we'll move it on over to the paint shop, give it a nice little coat of paint, and see how it looks after that. Hopefully that does the trick. Okay, we got everything on there. So let's go ahead and move it over. All right, paint shop. Here we go. First time using the paint shop, guys. This should be very interesting. So let's see. Here we go. Paint shop, paint car, and we want to go factory color. And I hope that's it. Jeez. Oh, is that correct? We'll know in a second here. We can go and look and see if it actually updated for us. Please tell me that. Yes. Spray at the factory color. Bam. Repair or replace body parts. Bam. We're right in there, man. What about other tasks? I'll worry about that later. Let's get this back into the shop. Let's start working on some of these miscellaneous things in the suspension. See if we can't figure out exactly what's going on in there and make some changes. So I'm going to start by just taking off all of these parts right here that we have identified. And that way we at least have a head start and we know what it's not that's not unidentified. Does that make any sense? What it's not that's not unidentified? I don't know, guys. I'm out of it today. Sorry about that. And by the way, if you live in the good old US of A, it's Labor Day when this is coming out. So happy Labor Day to you. Okay, I am seeing a lot of parts back here, essentially, that they need to be worked on. I don't think that this, yeah, see, check out this rear shock absorber cap. This is definitely undiscovered that needs to be worked on. Same thing with the spring. The spring cap itself, though, appears to be one of the parts that we do know about, but that should open up a couple more things for us. And same thing with this rear axle knuckle housing back here. We're definitely gonna have to work on that, along with this sway bar back here. But it looks like that's already known. Okay. Sheesh, man, I gotta take so much stuff off here. It's crazy. Some of these parts are really dug in. A lot of work to get to them. Okay, I think I've gotten everything, at least on this side. So let's go ahead and check our status here. And yeah, check that out. We have identified quite a few things. We've got one part not discovered still, though. Where could that be? It's got to be a bushing. I'm just assuming it's a bushing somewhere around here. So I'm gonna keep looking and see if I can't find it. Maybe it's the oil filter. You think it's something as easy as that? I think that may be the case, guys. It could just be the oil filter. So let me move this over. Let's drain the oil real quick. And then we'll see if I remove that, if that clears everything up, it does the trick. We do have to change the oil as one of the major things. So I guess it would kind of make sense if that were the case. Where is it? There it is. Let's pop it off. And now let's check. Is that everything? Yeah, there we go. All right, baby. We've got everything pretty much sorted now. So I know what I need to buy. The only thing is I do have a couple parts that aren't necessarily bad in my, like the shock absorber right here. I added it to the list. I didn't need to. So I have to be careful and go through here and just make sure I'm not double buying parts for no reason. And in fact, I'm gonna get rid of these body parts here real quick, just so they don't gum me up. You know what I mean? All right, I've went ahead and I've sorted. Oh, by condition, one thing I got to do before I even sniff that, I have to go and separate the tire from the rim. Can't believe I forgot that. Silly me. Separate parts. There we go. All right, there we go. Our tire is separated. Now we can go in here. Actually, remove this. Don't need you. Let's go in here and I'm going to go through and start adding all these parts to our shopping list. I'm going to stop right there. Pretty sure all these rubber bushings are okay. Well, you know what time it is, though. Time to do a little bit of shopping. Let's see what we can find here. All right, I think I've got everything, and I think we're ready to start chucking everything back in. So, yeah, let's get to work here. Got quite a few things ahead of us. It shouldn't take too long, but, you know, there's a bunch of parts we got to slap back in this car, so let's get to it. Okay, I've got the majority of the parts on here. Now, let's see. Just want to go and make sure that these things are coming off the list as we get them on there. Because if they're not, that means that we did something a little bit wrong. So, we've got a couple things here that still need to be slapped on. But I think we're good to go. Maybe? I don't know. We'll see. Okay, that's it. All we need is the tire and the rim, and we are golden. We could buy those right now. That'll be super easy. Let's start at the rim shop right here. And we need an 18A. Next, we need a race tire, 235, 35, R18. Let's go over to our tire shop and pick one of those up. Okay, I'm pretty sure we got everything now. So let's go mount this tire on the rim. And then we are just about done. Just some fluids that we have to put into the vehicle, but then that's it. We're home clear. Kind of funny because the car came in blue. The guy said he didn't want his dad to notice that he messed up the car, and it's leaving the shop white. I don't know, man. Seems a little fishy to me, doesn't it? Well, regardless, who do I care? You know, what do I care? I'm just gonna fix the car and get paid for it. He can do what he wants. Bam. Our wheel is balanced. Let's take it. Slap this bad boy on. Let's call it a day. All right, check, trust but verify, right? Everything done. All right, let's add some oil, coolant, and windshield fluid, and we're good. Oh, we have to drain the old coolant too. Okay, so we can't just add it. So let's go ahead and do that. I'll go ahead and start here with the coolant, just to make sure that we actually drain it, and I don't forget to do that. But there we go, nice and easy. And let's fill it right back up. It was this, windshield fluid, and then oil, and that's it. Okay, there's the coolant. I know, guys, I overfilled it a little bit, all right? Sue me. Like to give my customers a little bit extra, if you know what I mean. There's our coolant done. Last but not least, let's get the oil in there. Should we take this car out for a test drive? What do you guys think? All right, that should be good for oil. Let's take a look here. Everything is done. Bam, beautiful. I kind of want to take this thing out and see what kind of speeds we can get on it. What do you guys think? Sounds good to you? Let's do it. Why not? Why be a mechanic if you can't take your customers' cars out for a joyride? Am I right? Let's go over to the speed track, baby. Top speed so far, 108 miles per hour. Let's go. This is all very technical stuff, guys. Just so you know, it's absolutely necessary that I do this, okay? All right, here we go. Pedal to the metal. Let's go, baby. Oh, it sounds not very aggressive. This probably needs some tuning, to be honest. Custom gearbox, maybe. Different tune on there, but we're already over 108. So yeah, it's moving. It's moving, man. Now we got to keep a close eye on the track ahead of us. Make sure that we don't run out of room here. I don't know what happens if we run off the road, but it's probably not good. Man, 144? Wow, this thing is moving, guys. This thing is moving. I think we're approaching top speed here, and oh, there's the end. There's the end. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, man. Woo. That was awesome. Oh, yeah. There we go. Do some donuts. Yeah, okay, that's enough. That's enough. Let's get it back. Get it back to the garage. Can only do so much, right? All right. Let's give it back to the guy. Hopefully his dad understands, doesn't notice the change in paint color, whatever. It's not my concern. Let's get it back to him. Your casa is complete. Oh, 11.2? Hey, nice. Look at that. We're at 30 grand. Guys, you know, I think we may almost be ready to hit the barn itself. Oh, and a case. Open it up. If there's a barn map in here, then I feel like it's just meant to be. Nope, credits and bonus scrap. Okay. Well, whatever. Let me go ahead and sell all this stuff. And oh, I got some extra bushings on me. Was that stuff that I was supposed to put back in that car? Well, I guess it's too late now. I must have bought new parts for it. Oh well. So, what should we do now? Do we go to the barn and gamble on finding something that's like super exotic and can make us a fortune? Or do we go with the next story mission? Let's see what the next story... It's a bulk cargo van? Okay, it's a story order. It looks like there's definitely something wrong with the suspension on it, and the engine's crackling and drops in power. But apart from that, the guy doesn't see any problems. Okay. All right, I'm going to go ahead and take this, and we'll take a quick look, but I think... Ooh, she's in rough shape, guys. She's in rough shape. Let's open it up. How's it looking back here? I feel like, I mean, we've all been in a van like this, right? Everybody's been there. Let's take a look in the front. How's it looking in here? Yeah, same story. Now, the rust doesn't look terrible, but it does have a nice coating of just grime and dirt all over it. Let's take a look at what actually needs to be done in here. Let's see. What? Okay. It might not seem like a lot but there's 8 pages of undiscovered parts here, guys. 8 pages. What is that, like everything in the car or in the van? Oh man, what is going on here? All right, I got to do some examining here and see if I can figure out what the heck's wrong with this thing. We found our first parts that we've identified, alternator and the starter. Okay, I mean, those are actually, I can see them right here, so that's not too difficult to ascertain. And it looks like these the shock parts here, those definitely need to be messed with, as well as the sway bar down there as well. Okay, there's a lot of parts on here. I'm gonna go through and just do my full examination and see what it uncovers. Okay, well, we uncovered a couple things here, but really not much at all. Got so much. We made it 2 parts into the second page. We still have 6 pages, essentially, that we have no clue what the parts are. Man, that's gonna be tough, guys. Well, I think I'm up for the challenge, and I think this is probably our best bet, is to do this vehicle and just continue progressing through the story, right? So let's go ahead and move this guy over to the car wash. I want to get it cleaned up just so I don't feel so terrible looking at it, and I can actually work on this thing. Plus, it's free to do this, so it's not like it's costing me anything, you know what I mean? All right, interior and exterior are now handled. Okay, let's get this thing inside on the lift and see if we can't just like visually, not even inspect the parts, but if we can see parts that clearly need to be taken out that we're not able to identify doing our examination. I have a feeling a lot is going to be on the inside of this engine. So, you know what we're going to do? We're going to pull the engine out, guys. Yep, we're going to pull the engine out of this thing, put our engine workshop to good use. Well, I'm pretty sure we have the engine workshop, right? Let me just verify that. Yep, we do. Now, to pull the engine out, typically what you have to do is pull off the gearbox right here. But before we do any of that, I actually need to slow down, make sure I'm doing this properly, because I was about to just pull this thing apart without draining any of the fluids. I need to take every fluid out of this vehicle before I do any work on it. If I don't, I'm gonna just be in trouble. I'm gonna get fined for it. So it would be silly not to do that. Okay, there's all our fluids, and I can actually see right back here. Check it out. That's a filter. I think that's the fuel filter. And then we've got oil filter right there. So that's, bam, there's 2 more parts. That is, I believe, the ignition something. I don't know the name of it offhand, but okay, we're seeing more. The picture is becoming more and more clear. And I do believe that it is definitely a lot to do with the engine. So that's what we got to do. Let's rip this thing out and let's get it on the stand and just start taking it apart, I guess. So drive shaft first, then we'll pop off the gearbox, and that'll let us pull out the engine. Now, to pull out the engine, did I miss anything? Pull it out. To use the engine crane, first remove the front exhaust. Oh, okay, we missed the exhaust pipe. Thought I took that out. Exhaust manifold. Oh, front. Okay, I took the wrong thing off, I guess. Let me jump back under there, take that off real quick, and then we should be free to actually use this thing and pull it out. Now, where was it? Here we go. Front exhaust pipe. Easy parts. All right, lower it back down. Let's see. Is it going to give me an issue now? You going to pull it out? Pull out. Bam. There we go. All right, so engine's out of this guy now. I'm going to go through and do a quick look under here. See if I don't see any other parts, but we can go ahead and put this back now. And let's see. Oh, yeah. There's definitely more parts down here. I'm just going to pull these out while I'm down here. And then we'll head into the workshop and start working on all the engine parts. Man, I thought this was going to be a much simpler job on this thing, but whew, it's turning out that there are basically parts everywhere on this thing that need to be fixed. It's kind of crazy. We got brakes, we got suspension, we got the whole shebang. This might be one of those cases where I literally have to take the whole thing apart. That's how bad it is. Oh, level up. Everything must stop. Let's head over here. Toolbox. What do we want? Oh, man, this is a big decision. Jeez, it would be nice to be able to fix some parts. That's always good. So this gives us the ability to fix parts from group 3 and increases chance of instant repair. Would love to be able to do that, but there are some of these other options available to us that are within our reach right now. But you know what? I think our best bet. Okay, let's go get these two. I'm going to get Renovator number 1. So let's unlock that. And then we'll get Renovator number 2 as well. So at least we can fix some parts. Now that means that we are going to have to unlock the bench that goes in here. And what is this? I don't like how you're sitting there like that, buddy. There's a bench that we can put in here that will let us repair some parts. I think it actually goes right there, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll have to look into that after we finish this job. But let's get back to work. There's still a lot to be done under here. There's tons and tons of little parts just sneaking around that I gotta find. But let's see how far we've gotten now. I think I've gotten just about everything. Oh, whoa. Wait a second. When I pulled that engine out, did it just identify everything in the engine that needs to get worked on? I think it did. Well, that's kind of crazy. Wow, I didn't realize it did that. Oh, that's awesome. That makes this much, much easier. Okay, so now I'm going to buy all these parts that I need to replace in here. And that way we're going to keep the engine and the suspension and everything else separate. So I'll work on the engine afterwards with a fresh inventory that's clean. And I don't have to worry about trying to mix and match parts and stuff like that, you know? So here's all the parts that we need to buy. Let me just look here. Okay, we do have to pull apart these shocks because the springs are no good in there. But I'm pretty sure that's everything. So let's go ahead and do that with our spring puller here. And then we should be able to, from there, add everything that we need to get into our shopping list and go on a nice big old shopping spree, baby. Give me some parts. Okay, I got all the parts, so we can go ahead and start reinstalling everything. Oh, it's such an arduous task sometimes, but I mean, you just got to do it, right? Just put your nose down, get her done. Oh, I completely forgot. I got to rejoin my shock absorbers before I can go ahead and do that. So let me just make sure we get this all squared away before we continue. All right, there we go. We can continue working. The wheels are in surprisingly good shape for such a beat up van. I'm not going to question it though. I'm just happy that there's parts that I don't have to replace. Just about there with the front end, and then we can start working on the back end. And that would essentially lead us to the real part of the job, which is going to be the engine. We haven't even gotten to like the meat and potatoes of this whole thing yet. I'm pretty sure this is the last part that I just put in the fuel pump over there. I think everything else is now in here. So let's go ahead and go to our status and let's look. Yep, brake pads, okay. Basically looking for anything that's not an engine part that's not repaired. And it's looking like we got everything. I don't see anything. Yep, okay, we're good. We're good to go. So bodywork, done. Everything inside of here is complete. Let's go ahead and let's take a look at this. This is going to be daunting. This is going to be very daunting. Oh man, oh man. Okay. Shopping list. Okay, I can't even like look in the shopping list here. Oh, that's unfortunate. So I'm kind of just going to have to guess here on what we need to do, which is not the best way to do this, but kind of is what it is, you know? Actually, before I even do that, let me go to my inventory. Starter, exhaust. Okay, I think we're good to go. I just wanted to make sure I didn't have anything in here that's gonna really like confuse things, you know? Oh, never mind. I forgot to move a couple pages forward. Woo, okay. I'm gonna sell all these nasty, ugly parts here. So we wanna sell everything up to 15%. So 30, that'll do. Okay, there we go. Now we should be clean. What was this part? Hang on. Drive shaft. Okay, drive shaft. All right. Yeah, I'm not worried about that. All right, time to start ripping this thing apart. Sometimes when you're dealing with an engine like this, and obviously, guys, I know this isn't how to do it in real life. Some of you take this way too seriously, but in the game, sometimes the best way to do it is just to take the whole thing apart. Then you go through, you can shop in your inventory with any parts that are below a certain condition. But instead of like me poking around and trying to be real specific to figure out what's wrong, I just am indiscriminate. Take everything off and then replace it all, right? That's how you do it. So check this out, guys. I have got the majority of this thing pulled apart here. I should probably take the clutch parts off here. But I wanted to show you something cool once I unscrew these that you can do once you get this engine stand that you couldn't do otherwise, which makes your life a lot easier. Oh, look at that nasty thing right there. Bam, so glad I got that off. So check this out. You can rotate the engine so you don't have to like zip around everywhere and try and find the right spot to access things. Look at that. Isn't that so much easier? Ooh, we got a lot going on in here, man. Look at this piston with conrod. It's just nasty. So I see 1, 2, 3 pistons with conrods that need to be swapped out completely. We've got 1, 2, 3 rod caps, all these crankshaft bearing caps, and of course the crankshaft itself is looking real rough. So, okay, we got a lot of stuff to pop out here. You know, I'm actually thinking I'm gonna run into a problem here. There's gonna be some parts that I'm not gonna know where to put back because I can't see a highlighted list in here. It doesn't know that this engine belongs to that vehicle, so it's not showing me what part goes where. I may have to drop just a couple dollars extra to make sure that I'm getting parts. Oh man, I gotta pull every piston out. See that? That's what I mean, guys. I'm not gonna know what piston to put back where, unless I put the whole engine block back in the vehicle and put everything back inside of it. You know what, guys? I'm just gonna put this back inside the van. I think that's probably our best option right now. Unfortunately, I don't want to do it, but want to get this this thing done properly and really not spend the extra money if I don't have to. So we're just gonna do it this way. It kind of is what it is. I mean, the engine stand is going to be, or the engine crane, I should say, is going to be... Wait, what? I don't have the necessary part. Oh, wait. Do I have to rebuild it? Oh, man. Hang on. Is it just because it's on this stand? Take engine... Okay, I think that was it. I hope so, at least. Let me see if I go back in here. Install... Yes, there we go. Okay, whew. Dodged a bullet there. All right, so... Now, at least I have the engine in here. So, yep, there we go. It's highlighting everything that needs replacing now. Okay, so that makes it a little bit easier. Even though I got to do a little bit of up and down with the lift, I don't mind doing that on this particular one, so it saves me a little bit of money at least. Hey, here's the last thing we need. And that's everything. So, the way I'm going to do this, I'm going to raise this up, and I'm going to start from underneath and work my way up and then go, you know, adjust as I need to. But I want to get like the camshaft, the crankshaft, everything in here first. And that way we can start buttoning everything up, get some pistons in, get all that stuff. And yeah, see, pistons accessible from engine bay. So I got to lower it down to do the piston. This is what I mean, guys. A lot of lowering, a lot of lifting, kind of a pain in the butt to work on engines like this, but whatever. We got to do it. Here's a perfect example of why it was such a pain in the butt on the engine stand. Look, only these 3 pistons. 1, 2, and 3 needed to be swapped out. The rest only need the rings. So we got to put the old pistons back in there. If I put the new pistons in, that would mean I don't have a new piston to put in here, and it just would have been a mess. Now, I can go ahead and verify, now that I've put all the pistons in, that is actually correct. So if we go and look for the piston section, here we go, bam, and see, everything's grayed out. So we did it right. Okay, beautiful. I'm gonna have to go through and do everything like that. Specifically the spark plugs, the rocker arms, the rod caps, the what is it called? The push rods, I think they're called. Here we go, valve push rods. These are the things I was talking about, guys. We got a whole batch load of these to replace. And yep, see, only a couple actually need to be brand new. We're making good time now, guys. Everything is falling into place. I think I might actually have everything done. Hang on here. Okay, we still have the clutch plate to do, but crankshaft bearing cap, done. Okay, oil filter, rod caps are all done. What was that last thing? Starter. Okay, so starter. We're like 95% of the way there. This is beautiful. This is awesome, guys. All right, oil filter. I should have a new one. Yep. Flywheel. We'll get that on. And clutch plate. This was the one that needed to get replaced. Beautiful. All right, let's get the pressure plate on, and then this should... Actually, I think there's one other part under here. What's it called? What's it called? Let me see. Yeah, this little guy, the clutch release bearing. Now, this should let us get the gearbox back on, and then from here, we can attach the drive shaft, and then the car is basically rebuilt, aside from those 2 other parts that we need to put on, plus these like exhaust pieces that we had to take off to lift the engine out. But, whew, man, that feels really, really good to do. That was a ton of work, guys. Oh, man, drive shaft. Let's get this guy on. This is a lot of screwing. That drive shaft. There's a lot of screws involved with this one, but I think that's the most time-consuming piece out of everything left. So, whew, man, you know, when you do a marathon job like this, it just feels good when you're done. There's something about it. I don't know why, but it just feels good. I'm pretty sure now that's everything. Clutch plate, check. Oil filter, check. Starter, check. Bam, that's everything in here. So now we just need to put fluids back in. Anything in here? No. Okay, it's literally just fluids now at this point, and then this thing is done. And I don't have high hopes for breaking the speed barrier with this bad boy, but obviously we're going to take it out. I'm going to start doing that with every single vehicle from now on. It's just fun, you know? I want to see how fast things can go. So we'll get some fluids in this guy, and we'll head on over to the speed track. I'll see you guys over there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Let's put this thing to the test. What do you think? Put your predictions down below in the comment section. How fast do you think this guy can go? We're going to find out here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's roll, baby. Oh, yeah, man. Oh, listen to that baby purr. Max Verstappen ain't got nothing on me. Let's go. 60 miles an hour. What gear are we in? I don't even know what gear we're in. I don't think we're in our top gear yet, though. One more to go, I'm pretty sure. Or maybe not. Oh, maybe that might be it. Oh, there we go. There we go. One more gear. Let's go. Let's go, baby. 96, 97. Whoa. 100 miles an hour. Okay, the steering is definitely an issue. It's not aligned. Having an issue going straight here, but I'm doing my best. Trying to keep this thing on the track here. All right, 112 we're up to. 113. Oh, man, we're still going. What's our RPMs at? Pretty high. Pretty high. Okay. Okay, I think we're coming to... Oh, I misread that, guys. Oh, no. Oh, man. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Oh, man. Okay. That's enough. Oh, let's bring it back to the garage. What did we get up to? One something. That was crazy. Oh man, that's so much fun to do. If you guys play this game and you haven't done that with the cars you fix, you're missing out. I'm telling you, you got to go do that. But this van is now officially done. Let's get in here. And how much am I going to get paid for this guy? 7,600 credits. Man, That doesn't seem like a lot for the amount of work I just did. Oh boy. Oh wait, did that just give me another level? Hang on. Wait, hang on. Where's the toolbox? Here we go. Toolbox. Yes. Let's go, baby. We got another level off that. Now, do we go right for renovator number 3 here? That lets us pick or fix group 3 parts. I think we do. I'm just going to quickly check through here and see if there's anything else that I really want before I start messing with that. I don't think so. I think we're just going right through this renovator tree. Bam! Look at that. Next up, we're going to be able to do group 4, and that costs 4 skill points, so the next level we'll be able to unlock that, and that is pretty much going to give us access to repairing all the parts that we can. Now, let's just take a quick look here. I probably should have stayed in here. Let's take a quick look. Body repair station? No. Workbench. Yes, this is the one we want. Give it to me, baby. Oh, yeah. Workbench unlocked. Hello. Let's go take a look in there and see if we have any parts that we... What? Oh, here it is. Okay. Oh, look at this. We already have parts. Okay. All right. This is a little mini game. Can be a little daunting. But, okay. There we go. A little bit anticlimactic. But, hey, it is what it is. There we go. But now we can fix all the parts that our heart desires, as long as they're... Oh, and we got a case. As long as they're within a certain threshold, we can fix them. Now, let's look here. I really want a barn map. Please, give me a barn map. Okay, bonus case. I will take barn map. Yes, let's go. Next case. Let's do it. What do we got here? Another... Okay, credits. I'll take credits. And another barn map. 2 barn maps, guys. Yes, that's awesome. Let's go. I'm going to plug these in right now. Get them on the map. We are now level 11, and that means that we have access to the barn. If you guys want to see me hit the barn, make sure you're subscribed. You're not going to see it if you're not. Otherwise, you may never see my channel again. So subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you're feeling a little crazy, hit that like button as well. And if you want to check out some of my other videos, YouTube is going to recommend a couple right here. So check those out. And as always, have yourself a beautiful day, and I will see you on the next one.